Greetings and salutations, Solo Guy here. It's been a couple of weeks since I made some insights into the gaming industry, and today I wanted to talk about Games Workshop, Warhammer Plus, IP control, fan backlash. It's very interesting. Games Workshop has been around for the longest time that I can remember. I remember the days when there was Rogue Trader, and eventually they came out with a first edition Space Hulk that got me into Games Workshop games at that point. And then, of course, they had Warhammer 40K, and I still think of that iconic last stand of the Crimson Fists battling the orcs. Uh, that image, it's one of my favorites that GW ever published out there. But that being said, as time went on, GW for years let fans write up fan fiction, or they created animations or videos, regarding 40K, fantasy, and even Age of Sigmar. And it's all over the place. I'm not covering really any new ground here, but I mean, they even had comic strips out there. My favorite one had to be Turn Signals on a Land Raider. That is hilarious. If you can find it on the YouTubes, or actually you shouldn't find it on the YouTubes, go and find it. It is a webcomic. It is hilarious. If you enjoy Land Raiders and Marines who are tech Marines, all that. But for years, GW has let this go on. And the question now comes down to just recently, they've announced about Warhammer Plus coming out, and then they started to come down for intellectual properties protection. Now, they have done this before. Example, there was like the Charterhouse incident, but they also had, when they tried to copyright, I believe it was Space Marine, it was, the term Space Marine. And yeah, that's part of it. But what has recently happened within the last few months or so is that GW has been forcing the YouTube channels that had 40K animation to either stop doing it, or GW offered them a contract to go and work for them to produce animation so that GW could put out its new channel called Warhammer Plus, which is a subscription-only channel. And what has seemed to happen is that there are a number of fans that have gotten very upset about it. They have questioned certainly GW's practices in the past, especially probably number one are the prices. But, again, a company can charge what they want for their product. Okay. But then also other issues come up with things like the rules being broken, or codex creep, or when a new edition of a rules comes out and a certain part of your army has now either been nerfed, limited in what it can do, or it's banned from being put on the table. And what do you do with those models? So these are some of the reasons why some of the fans of GW have been harboring some salt toward GW, and this Warhammer Plus seems to be the last straw for them. Not that GW is putting out Warhammer Plus, but the fact that GW has gone over to all these other YouTube creators, and I've seen some of the animations, and I mean, it's really good work, but effectively GW silenced them, which arguably intellectual property, you could argue that it is their right to do it. And the idea that why would GW want to do that? Well, there was a rumor about GW maybe positioning itself not to be really a tabletop miniatures company, but more toward the digital side of things, where ultimately they could either partner or possibly be bought out by another company. Certainly, when you go to the presence of GW in the world, if you went to game stores like in Europe or possibly Russia or even Asia or in the United States or South America, chances are you're going to be able to find somebody who's going to be able to play a game of 40K or Army or Age of Sigmar or possibly fantasy, depending. But there has been a lot of salt from the fans regarding the Warhammer Plus, and there has been rather heated comments on Facebook for that, and it's kind of interesting. On the one hand, GW's got the right to its intellectual properties because if it doesn't protect it, it loses it. But on the other hand, what is the goal for a business? In theory, is to get advertisement. And how do you get advertisement? You have people talking about the company, doing models, doing fiction, doing videos, doing animation. All those things get people more curious about the 40K universe, which I've got to give the props. It's a very well fleshed out universe. Not the happiest place, but well fleshed out, all the same. So, as far as the fans, those fans who are turning their backs on Warhammer Plus after what has happened with the control that GW has been trying to put on, what is going to happen? Is Warhammer Plus going to be incredibly successful? Is it going to be forced to shut down? What's going to happen? What do you guys think? Hey, let me know. Okay? At this point, this is Solo Guy signing off. Take care. Have a great day. God bless you.